Talofa, I apologise that I can't be with you tonight in your forum and recognise the efforts of Deacon Sanele in trying to get us there, but unfortunately we can't. I want to say that as a government, we've been in the seat of governments for 10 months. And when we came in, we immediately recognised that there were areas that we needed to focus on purely because we saw the challenges and struggles that so many families were experiencing, particularly in the area of housing, health, education, and lifting incomes for families, particularly families with young children. And that has been our focus. Our government said we needed to strengthen and invest in these fundamental building blocks of society. And so in the last 10 months, we've all been working as fast as we can to try and address these problems. We've started the work, and I recognise that in South Auckland, despite people being the beneficiaries of housing that's been made available, there's just not enough houses, and we will continue to build. Despite our people receiving the benefits of the families package, the winter energy payment, there's still a lot of families still struggling. And we will continue to focus on rebuilding strong families and communities until we can eliminate the gap of inequality in all of our families. And so that's where the work is. To give an example of the way that the community is engaging with this government, in Mangere, there's the rebuilding project there where we're taking down old houses and rebuilding new houses in government-owned sections. And we're also adding houses. I've asked the community to engage with HRC. I've also asked the minister that we want to be able to define appropriate designs that meet our cultural needs as Māori and as Pacifica peoples. We've talked about prioritising the people of Mangere to receive those housing. We've talked also about prioritising contractors as people on the ground to take up the opportunities that this building project will make available for the next 10, 15 years. We've also talked about ensuring that our young people have the opportunities of receiving apprenticeship training. That's the kind of formula that I think all our communities should take up in engaging with the Ministry of Housing. There is no, there is no hard and fast rule about how communities should be engaging with government. I can tell you that the government relies on information that comes from our community. Your experiences are important to help us try and resolve some of the crises that our country currently faces. I've met recently with the CEO of the Council of Christian Social Services, and I value their contribution and their input, and I know that the Catholic Church is part of that council, and we will continue to meet with them and to receive their advice, to receive their intelligence, because they're much closer to the ground as most ministers are. Finally, I just want to say that I picked up the issue of family violence, and I'm asking all of our Pacific leaders at all levels of our social structures, we really do need to stand together and provide leadership so that we become the authors of our own solution, and to try and address these issues, because as much as it might embarrass some of us, because the victims and the offenders are people that we know, our family members, we really need to get past that and bring to light these issues so that we can recognize the harm that it does cause. It's not going to be easy, but I think if we're working together, providing opportunities to raise these matters, providing opportunities to work with community groups in adopting some of their strategies, I think we can reach a stage where we are able to eliminate harm and making sure that our children, our families are safe and are protected. It's important that we do this because the harm that is caused also extends in becoming major risk factors for our young people. And that's where my focus is, to make sure that our young people have every opportunity to realize their fullest potential. And part of the work that I'm conducting with the Ministry of Pacific Peoples is to make sure that we capture a new vision that recognizes that our young people will make up a significant proportion of New Zealand's population going forward. Hope some of those comments might be useful to you. All the best and kia kaha for your meeting tonight.